This visit reflects the deep-rooted and enduring friendship that binds our two nations, a relationship that transcends political ties and is enriched by vibrant people-to-people connection, shared heritage, and a common destiny. President Samia Suluhu and I have held productive and candid bilateral discussions during which we undertook a comprehensive review of our relations and reaffirmed our shared resolve to strengthen our strategic partnership for the benefit of the people of Tanzania and Kenya. The United Republic of Tanzania has been and continues to be a vital partner of Kenya. Our relationship is grounded in a shared history shaped by our founding fathers who championed Pan-Africanism and envisioned a continent that is politically united, economically integrated, and self-reliant. Guided by this vision, they laid the foundation for the East African community as a vehicle for regional integration, an idea that was bold and ahead of its time then. Despite challenges along the way, our bilateral relations have remained resilient, vibrant, and wide-ranging, anchored in our shared commitment to sustainable development and shared prosperity. In the energy sector, we reaffirmed the critical role of reliable, affordable, and clean energy in driving industrialization, improving livelihoods, and strengthening regional competitiveness, and committed to deepen cooperation in this field. As was said, we have already completed the construction and already is working between Kenya and Tanzania, joining Isinya and the border of Namanga on this side. That is already delivering energy from Kenya and from Ethiopia. We are working on another line that we signed here today, connecting Kenya in Kilgoris and to the Tanzania side, which will again enhance energy delivery on both sides of the border. Again, to power our industrialization and our progress. We commend the progress made on the Malindi, Kilifi, Mombasa, Lunga Lunga, and on the Tanzanian side, the road connecting Lunga Lunga to Pangani, to Tanga, to Bagamoyo, and finally to Dar es Salaam, that we are jointly engaged in with the Africa Development Bank. And I have agreed with my sister, President Samia, that we will find time to go and inspect the development on that corridor, as it will enhance the trade, the investment, and the people-to-people connection, especially on the coastal corridor. We also reaffirmed our commitment to revive the Voi-Mwatate Taveta railway line. I informed my sister that last month I went to start the construction of that road that has been dysfunctional for the last 20 years. Last month, and by April next year, we will have connected Voi to Taita Taveta, and I have the confirmation of my sister that you will complete the line to Taveta from the Tanzanian side ahead of time. I have requested that that road should also be connected to Singida so that we can find a transport corridor joining your SGR all the way to Burundi. That will unlock the full potential of the East African community, connecting Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, and beyond. On boundary affirmation, we commended the progress made with 564 kilometers of the 778 kilometers boundary already completed, and commit to finalize the remaining work ahead of the African Union deadline in 2027. We also reviewed regional security challenges and reaffirmed our commitment to enhance cooperation to ensure that our shared borders remains zones of peace, stability, and opportunity, and agreed that we should bring back the Ujirani Mwema framework that helped public officials on both sides of the border to better manage the border so that we can keep away criminals, terrorists, drug traffickers, human trafficking cartels, and make sure that we keep the border what it should always be, to facilitate trade and business between our two countries. We noted the progress made under the Joint Commission for Cooperation, which has held 4 sessions since its establishment in 2009 and continues to serve as a vital framework for collaboration in trade, agriculture, education, and other key sectors. We look forward to the 5th session later this year. President Samia Suluhu has confirmed to me, and I agree with her, that it is important that there are regular sessions of the Joint Commission on Cooperation. The last session was held in 2021, which is a while ago. That does not reflect a very vibrant engagement. And I agree with President Samia Suluhu that our officials should make the engagements regular so that we can deepen and widen the bilateral relations between our two countries for the mutual benefit of our two peoples. To further strengthen our cooperation, we have signed right here 8 key instruments covering energy, legal cooperation, agriculture, railway development, public service, capacity building, maritime cooperation, certification of standards for seafarers, and harmonization of standards. We especially welcome the continued growth in bilateral trade, which reached $860 million in 2025, reflecting expanding opportunities and strong economic complementarities between our two nations. I did inform my sister, President Samia Suluhu, as I do the great people of Tanzania, that Kenya needs Tanzania as much as Tanzania needs Kenya. We are one people with a common destiny. There was a time that trade between our two countries was in favor of Kenya. Today, the story is very different. The trade between our two countries is balanced. 2 years ago, Tanzania exported more to Kenya than we did export to Tanzania. Today, 1 year, the surplus is on the Tanzanian side. Another year, the surplus is on the Kenyan side. That tells us the relationship between Tanzania and Kenya is mutually beneficial. And that means we should work on creating more synergy, creating more bridges, not barriers, creating more stepping stones, not roadblocks, for the peoples, the business people, entrepreneurs, investors, for our two countries to thrive. I want to repeat, as I did to my sister, President Samia Suluhu, we need each other. The sooner we realize that, the sooner we avoid the unnecessary suspicion between our two countries. It is not helping anybody. It is making all of us weaker. Nimeambiwa ya kwamba tangazo letu kwamba tujenge refinery pale Tanga imewakera kiasi. Lo, ningejua, ningetangaza hiyo refinery ijengwe Mombasa. Because the building of a refinery is a big opportunity. Big opportunity to business, big opportunity for industrialization, big opportunity for petrochemical industries, fertilizer industries, plastics industries. And when I had a conversation with President Museveni, our discussion was about how to industrialize our region using our resources, that our oil resources, our mineral resources, our agricultural resources should be used to industrialize our region. It is my belief, and that of the leaders in our region, that whatever raw materials we have, be it natural resources, energy resources, should be used for the industrialization of our region so that we can create wealth here. We can create jobs here. We can expand opportunities here. We can have industries here. The good people of Tanzania, you are lucky that we are discussing how to build a refinery in Tanga. It is an investment that the government of Kenya is willing to invest. The government of Uganda is willing to invest. You have heard, I'm sure, my good brother Paul Kagame, I'm told, said yesterday they are willing to invest. And many other countries are willing to invest. I hope Tanzania is also willing to invest. You know, because this will be an opportunity for all of us to create a big ecosystem of business opportunity and industry right here in Tanga. And I say so knowing very well that from Tanga to Mombasa is only 190 kilometers. And since we already have a pipeline of refined products from Mombasa, we will then use all our assets appropriately. We will use the crude pipeline that is coming from Uganda to transport the crude, refine it in Tanga, take it to Mombasa, transport it back to our region, and do big-time business together, both as countries and as the business community.